Today we're going to close the pool for the last time because we're selling the house. So we're going to go through step by step on how to close it up. The first thing we're going to do is pump all the water down below all the returns. We're going to switch this over to the main drain. And we're going to switch our multifunction valve to backwash. And we're going to proceed to backwash this filter and pump down the pool.
Yep, it's leaking. So the landscapers cut that drain hose when they trimmed our hedges.
So while that's pumping down, we're gonna just take a few minutes and take off the diving board and the ladder. Okay, so you got a couple of 3/4 inch nuts, lock washers, a little rubber cushion, I guess, to keep it from scratching. Sort of knock those little clampies down. Don't want to take them all the way off because there's a little nut that won't be fun to get out. That's the little wedge that holds the ladder in place.
Okay, so you want to make sure you don't lose that, and that's why you leave them in.
Right, so make sure those are on there. I like to drain all the water out of this ladder too. After.
It makes the hole bigger?
Yeah.
Once it's low enough, we got to turn off the pump.
Another thing I like to do before I disconnect all of this and shut this all down is I might bring this over to rinse. Okay, because we were in backwash the whole time. So I might just do a little bit of rinse, turn it back on. So it's just rinsing out a little bit more of the filter. And that helps get any of the crap that's still in there out. And let's go remove all our returns. This one for the Polaris, there is a special tool that inserts in here so you could remove it. I don't have that tool, so I just use this. It's a little tight at first. You gotta be careful not to chew it all up. It's been working for me for many years. It's not that tight, it's just a little bit more than hand tight. Okay. They make a tool that goes in from the inside and grabs it so you can unscrew it. But I never had that tool. We'll go over to this one. Take this one out. Oh.
What happens?
Half of it stuck in the hole. I'll need a pair of needle nose pliers for that one. You want to make sure you get this out, this part. Again, there's another tool for that.
But we don't have that tool?
No. Let's get this one. Of course, we're going to get our skimmer baskets out. We're going to come back to those later. Okay. Get all that garbage out of there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is put this little 1/4-inch fitting into the bottom of the filter pump so we could blow air in through the system. Take out this little drain. Okay, and we're going to put this on. Some people just put one of these things on and leave it on, and then they'll just cap it with a regular air chuck, which is all perfectly fine. Just tighten it up a little bit, get it in there. Then we'll connect our air hose to it. I'm not going to connect it to the compressor just yet. Okay, so we have these skimmer plugs. I put a little Teflon tape around the threads just to make it seal a little bit better. We have 2 of these, 1 for each. So I'm going to pressurize the system and we'll blow some of the air out. I'll plug it as it's blowing air out. Then the water will go in other ways. It'll find its way out through this returns. Polaris is turned on. We're going to go ahead and put it on the wall jets. This has to be turned on to skimmer. This has to be turned back to filter. Now I'm going to go ahead and put air in the system. All right, we should see something happening over there. Alright, so we got some bubbling happening over here. Once I plug this side, we'll get more bubbling on the other side. It's hard to get all the water out of these things, but different people have a different way of doing it, but I have done this for years and everything has worked fine. Okay, so we're going to plug this one, and you can see the Polaris starting to come out over there. All right.
So as you plug each hole up,
Right.
it starts to push it toward the other holes.
I start from the closest to the filter, and I work my way away from the filter.
Okay.
So I go that one, this one, we're getting some air over there. I'm going to run and go get a rubber plug for that return. I think there's 5 of them. I got more. What I always try and do is I'll hold it for a minute, let it build up a little pressure, you know. And then I'll pull it out, let the rest of it happen. Now that I'm plugging this, it's coming out over there. It's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and seal this one up. Off. So here's another plug for this wall jet. Tighten the little butterfly. What I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to plug the last wall jet. You're going to switch it over to the step jets, and that's going to push the last of the water out through the steps. I'll let this build up a little pressure here just to blast it. That one more time. All right, you can go ahead and switch it to the wall,
step jet.
See now, it's coming out. The last of it is
Oh yeah, look it. That's a lot.
I'm gonna plug this. I'll come over here to this one. And I'll plug this one, and you're going to see a little more gurgling coming out over on that. All right, I got one more plug. I'm going to let it build up a little bit, just to get the last of the water out as much as I can. I'll do that a couple of times to just blow the last of the water out.
That's pretty cool.
As I go and plug this, we're going to have you switch it over to the main drain, okay, because once I do this, the whole system is sealed.
It's on skimmers now, isn't it?
Skimmer. You need to switch it to main.
Okay, so I need to run? Tell me when I need to run.
Switch more. I don't want to build up too much pressure because I don't want to hurt the pipes.
That's why I'm afraid. Do I need to run really fast?
Yeah, you need to run really fast. Now go ahead, you can switch it to main drain now on this last one. Go ahead.
Now we should see bubbles. Yeah, look at the bubbles coming out of the main drain.
Of course, we're getting all the water out, and now I'm going to shut the main drain. The last thing we're going to do is open up the heater. We're going to blow out all the water through the heater. We're going to drain whatever garbage is left on the bottom of this filter. That's going to drain. We've got to make sure that all this is turned off. We're going to finish up. We got the most important part done. Now we can put the chemicals in the pool and throw the cover on. Here's what we got left. We got our return jets, our skimmer baskets, our bolts for our diving board. What's going in the pool is 2 gallons of shock, and 1 of these little containers of algicide for the winter.
This is it, honey. We're never closing this pool again.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. I'm gonna miss it. It was one of my favorite parts of summer.
Yeah.
A lot of memories. All the pool parties we had.
We'll need a new liner, but even that, for the big scheme of things, it's not really that big.
No, 15 years?
It's not big enough an expense. Yeah, 15 years out of a liner for $3 grand.
The pool was put in 2005. So the pool liner it's 15 years old. It's definitely paid its dues. We had to patch it over here and over here. We had to put in 3 separate patches this summer. We went to price a new pool liner. It was about $3,400, but we figured for $3,400, we'll just let the new people who buy the house go and pick the pool liner that they would like to have for the next 15 years. And the Polaris, you don't do anything special with the Polaris for the...
I'll pack it up in like a milk crate.
Okay.
We have to go ahead and back off every one of these little anchors about a, 1/4 inch. To protect the cover, I just add, because of the way the bricks are here, this sort of a pointy edge. I just put a little extra padding around the corners here. You could use anything, a rag, a towel. I got these old tarps. There's an old shower curtain. The snow load on the cover and the weight, just to keep it from cutting into the cover. Same thing over here. You got these little bolts. So I just lay a rag over them. Well, the cover's gonna cover it all up. We're gonna have to figure out which way to unravel this thing. Oh, I had more. This was from the other. This is from the heater.
That covers the heater.
I cover the heater up with this. See how that's cut out?
The notch.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this.
Put it through.
And you hook that notch on there. See it?
Yep.
And then we're gonna slide this little doodad down, and it's right on there. Yeah, I bring the pump in.
The
put
pump.
it in the garage.
Right.
And the big tank, I'll empty that, put that in the garage.
And then we just keep all the parts organized and ready to go in the spring.
Keep everything all packaged up nice. As you get this thing on there, it's tight. It's a little bit of work.
Yep.
But it's worth it.
It sure is.
Only have to do this once a year, right?
That's right. So the pool is closed. Lawn furniture is almost all put away. Everything's packed up for the winter, and we're ready to put the house up for sale. That's it. Saying goodbye to the pool for the last time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.
I have one inflatable T-Rex. He's going away. Through the heart.
Oh, bye T-Rexy. It's been a fun summer.